All right. Good morning, sir. How you doing?
Good morning.
Is that a football jersey I see today?
Absolutely.
What's that you got over there? Look, is it Notre Dame? What's that?
Man, it's Antonio Gates from the Chargers. That's who y'all play y'all first preseason. Had to get it out there. I'm starting early.
In the Hall of Fame game?
Yes, sir.
Okay, because I know that's what, 2 weeks from now? 2 weeks to 20 something?
31st.
31st.
The last Thursday of the month.
Oh, it's a Thursday. Okay.
It's a Thursday game. Get that butt whooped on Thursday. Be back in Detroit by Saturday morning.
We do know one thing for sure. It's going to be some cuts.
Yeah, absolutely. Gonna be some cuts.
Somebody going to be mad and cut because they thought they should have made the team.
Yeah.
I'm trying to make sure we got all our channels up and running. We got we live on our Sports Talk with Kamau, a Felix page on Instagram. I'm trying to get us going on my page, but I guess it didn't want to work today. But it's all right. We still got Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, all of them going. Good morning, Kenneth. He's on the you can see him on the YouTube side. So let me see if I can get a few more going here. Let me see what we're looking like on Facebook. We on Facebook? We looking good on Facebook. Let's see here. I tried to set it up so to go directly to our Sports Talk page. I ain't quite figured that one out yet. I know that Marcus is good with all that good stuff. I'm about to get another tutorial how to get it directly on our page. I tried to set it up to do it that way, but it ain't quite figured it out yet. But it's all right. It's the learning process. We've been here this long. We've been here this strong. We're gonna keep figuring it out till we get it all right. All right, let's see. Let's get started today. First of all, we want to say rest in peace to Dave Parker, former Major League Baseball player on his way to the Hall of Fame, passed away this week. I just posted this morning a clip of him in the All-Star game back in the 70s, throwing somebody out at the plate. Great throw, great game for him at that game. So we want to send our condolences to his family, him and his family, and thank him for all his contributions to the game of baseball. All right, we're going to go ahead and jump in it. We had a kind of a different topic this week. It's sports related, but it encompasses a lot. Our topic of the week this week is how prevalent is sports betting amongst professional athletes? Amongst professional athletes. We know it's crazy in general. Sports betting is crazy in general. For years, they didn't want a team in Vegas because they said it'd be too much of a risk for all the betting. Well, it's really not a secret that a lot of these players are betting, no matter what the level. You can go to a Little League football game right now. You can go to a Little League soccer game, somebody betting right now on something. High school, basketball, football, baseball, don't matter. Somebody betting on something. I've literally seen principals in the high school have bets on basketball and football game and be vocal about it. Yeah, I bet him so-and-so that joker better have my money. Yeah, I bet him. I told him I was going to take his car if he ain't give me my $100. True stuff. The neighborhood gangsters betting against each other. They compete on everything. They competing on the number of people the number of keys they can sell in the week, as well as the high school games in the area. It's crazy, and you can't tell me that it ain't no influence on somebody. Somebody gonna make sure the odds is more in their favor, whether it's the win or lose. I throw you a little $100 here. I throw you that. I can get you some shoes. I see your mama coat ain't to wear shoe. Let me get your mama another coat. What is coat your bad baby? Don't worry about that, mama. You just stay warm.
Yeah.
I've seen it off. I've seen it. I've literally seen folks on the sideline in the middle of a game betting. They ain't gonna get this first down. Bet you $5. 500. All right, let's go. Put the money on the wood, make the bet good. Right. And you wonder why it's a dollar bill on the track and people standing on the fence. That dollar bill represents more than just a dollar. So they're doing it in the little leagues and in the football and basketball games for high school. They're doing it in college. They're doing it in the pros.
Yeah.
Kenneth said, can the leagues really stop them considering the fact of the sports betting advertisers Damage is already done. Well, I just think that it's out the box now. For years, it was always, you knew that something was going on. But when you in bed with the betting sports betting house, when they sponsoring the league, and when they doing commercials, and they flat out saying, if you go to this company and you bet this, you can bet this trifecta, you can bet this parlay, and they advertising it directly with the NFL, directly with the NBA, the prop bets. What you think was going to happen?
Right. Crazy.
I did a little chronological thing. 2018, sports betting became legal. Josh Shaw, NFL 2019, he got in trouble. Major League Soccer, Felipe Hernandez, Calvin Ridley, NFL, Miles Austin, our very own Jameson Winston. The Alabama baseball coach got fired. Well, I remember us talking about that directly in 2023. The Iowa State betting, we talked about that one. NHL player Shane Pinto. And here's another one I still think they covering up. Shohei Ohtani's interpreter. I still say that was Shohei. I think that was him himself doing that betting. Fall for it. Jonte Porter out now. The whole Notre Dame's men's swimming team gets suspended. Umpiring MLB Pat Hoberg, Malik Beasley of the Detroit Pistons just messed himself out of a 3-year, $42 million contract. They say when he come back, he ain't coming back. It's the off season. This was the middle of the season, and he got caught, and he had, he could come back from that, and he in the middle of a contract, you stay your time out, then you come back. But if it's the off season and this contract is over, buddy, you about to be collecting cans on the side of the road to get your 10 cents if you stay in the Detroit area, so you can try and pay them folks that you owe.
Yeah, I was reading an article. He owed this barber like $26,000.
He owed an owner. He owes one of the owners in the league money.
Nice.
How do you owe like that? What are you doing?
Because you are Beasley. They know where your money at. I mean, it's like I tell people when I loan people money at work. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna make sure I pay you. I know where you work at. I just gotta walk over to your department. They knew he was a professional basketball player. I know, you know what I'm saying? Them checks don't start coming till October. Mm-hmm. That was the fallout, like Jalen said with the Chris Webber thing with Ed Martin. He gave him the money to bridge the gap till you don't get paid till October. So from when you get drafted to October, you still gotta live, still gotta eat, still gotta drive a car. Yeah, but not to pay the man back. Yeah, a lot of people don't pay people back.
Yeah.
So I mean, as far as Beasley, they said this was when he was playing for the Bucks. It wasn't even with us, so that's the good thing.
No, they was talking about how the playoffs, how he threw the ball away at the end of the game, trying to secure the allegedly securing the money line.
I mean, if you really go back and look at the playoffs, you go back and look at Game 3 against the Knicks, when he was just jacking up stuff. You know what I'm saying? If you really want to break it down in detail, that Game 3, he was just jacking up shots. It wasn't like the Malik Beasley that normally it's a set shot. Nah, he was coming down just pulling. So who knows? I don't know, man. I mean, it was like in Blue Chips. What the guys say? We want a good program here. Tony was my guy. I don't know. I mean, if I was in the NBA, if I had been fortunate to make it in the NBA, who knows, man? My lifestyle, I don't even have that money. I have UAW money. But at the end of the day, when I feed myself, I feed my family. I don't have nobody dependent on me. You know what I'm saying? If I don't want to go to work, that just hurts me. I don't have to feed Felix Jr. or Felicia. No, so it's different. Different strokes for different folks. But what I'm saying is, if I was a college athlete and I'm walking down Jayhawk Square and some guy come up to me with an envelope, man, you had a nice game against Nebraska, man. Here's a little something for you. And it's $5,000 in that envelope. You think I'm about to say something? I'm going straight to Foot Locker. I'm telling you what I'm doing. I'm going straight to Foot Locker.
Well, I can tell you, I'm not gonna say the gentleman's name, but when I was in college, I'll give you a clue as to who he is. He got himself in a lot of trouble federally at Michigan State due to an alleged cake that he had. I call it a cake. He said it was a cake. It was flour, but it was all over the news back in the early '90s. He would talk about it all the time. Hey, we get our money. They gonna pay us. Even though I got in trouble, when money time come, I'm still gonna get my money. He would say that all the time. I don't know if we'll talk about who that person is, the Detroit area person.
I thought Terry Fair till you said Michigan State. Till you said, I know who you're talking about. Right. I already know you talking. Come on, man. We keep our ears to the street. I already know who you're talking about.
I'm not gonna say his name.
Hey, I ain't gonna say his name, but I know who you're talking about. Yeah, I mean, that's it. I seen things just like you see. I seen things in Lawrence, Kansas that Felix Holmes wasn't supposed to see. I seen things in Detroit, Michigan that I wasn't supposed to see. You got to think about it, man. My old man, God rest his soul, he was a cop for 30 years. My uncle's a retired Oakland County Sheriff. What do I look like? It's a code, man. It's a code. Some stuff you just take to your grave, and some stuff you just, your eyes open real big. But I mean, if it was me in the predicaments, because where I came from, I know right from wrong, right? But I also know the value of $1. My grandfather instilled that to me, knee high to a duck. You know what I'm saying? Don't pour that pop out. Put it in the refrigerator and drink it later. Right? Mm-hmm. But now as I'm older, now I see what you're wasting pop. They don't, just because you pour it don't mean you have to finish it. Put it back in the refrigerator. But a lot of people don't look at it like that.
Yeah. You make a great point, Kenneth. Shoeless Joe and Pete Rose. Now they're considered for the Hall after all these years. Don't mean that they're gonna get in.
I think Pete gonna get in. I think Pete, because at the end of the day, did Pete Rose do wrong? Yes. Okay. Do we think he learned his lesson? We'll see. But I think he'll get in. The thing what I am sad to see happen is if the thing that I hate to see is if they put Chet in and Chet's gone now. Chet Lemon. Mm-hmm. I mean, yeah, was it Chet Lemon? Yeah. Or Lou Whitaker. One of them needs to get in, but I don't think it'll ever happen. But if they do turn around and do it, like we say, give a man his flowers while he's still here to smell them. Don't give the man his flowers and he gone. He's still here. Sure. Give the man his flowers. It's a lot of, I think he will get in. I'm a Pete Rose. I like Pete Rose. The way he, carried himself on the court. I mean, on the field and off the field. But time will tell.
Well, when we talked about this before, if they let them in, if you let Shoeless Joe and Pete Rose in, you're going to have to let in the steroids guy. You're going to let all of them in.
Roger
Clemens and
what's his name?
McGuire. Bonds.
Jose Canseco, all of them.
Jose might not get in because they didn't like Jose. That's a different story.
See, the reason they didn't like Jose because Jose wrote the book about how him and Mark McGuire did. If Jose Canseco never says nothing, Jose Canseco might would have got in.
I agree. Sometimes you got to be quiet. You got to play the game.
But I guess in his defense, let me write this tell-all book, and then I'll point the finger at Mark McGuire, and y'all be like, well, yeah, Jose Canseco did say, okay, we're just like my man from the Yankees. He went out and told, I don't know if he ever got in the hall, but he told the pitcher. What is his name? I can't think of the name of the pitcher. But he told. They asked him off front. He's like, yeah, I use steroids. Roger Clemens would have got in if Roger just came out and said it. Yeah, man, I use steroids. They would have put Roger in because his career didn't get questioned until he got to the Yankees.
Right.
Nobody questioned it when he was with Boston. He was the Rocket Man.
Well, Kenneth say he hope Rose gets in. Got some cars. Yeah, you're right. The cars do be worth a whole lot more money. Good morning, Greg. We did talk about Dave Parker. He's definitely a beast. We want to send our condolences out to him and his family. Good to see you. Thank you guys for joining us this morning. If you're out there, you're on any of the platforms, go ahead and make a comment. We do see that. It does come through so that we can definitely see what's going on. Once again, we're on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, LinkedIn, YouTube.
That's
We say
Andy Petty. Yeah, Andy Petty just came out front street like, yeah, I did it.
Yeah, gambling something else. Gambling something else. If you can get off work on Friday, get paid that Friday. It was back in the day. You would get your check by noon. On your lunch break, you see everybody run to the bank. If you got your check in your pocket, and by the time 9 o'clock come around, you be broke from gambling and drinking, going to the spot. It's still going on to this day. I've seen plenty of guys go home with their head down, their wife cussing them out. He's sleeping on the porch. He can't get in the house because he didn't lost his check.
He's sleeping on the porch.
Yeah, on the porch. He can't get in the house. It's still his house.
Why he can't get in the house? Because he spent the money.
Because the money gone. You can't come in here. You ain't got no money to pay these bills.
You're not a man, dog. You're not a man. That's another topic for another. No, you can't tell me I can't get into my own house because I jacked off the money that I made for us. Are we home? Like Michael Jordan said, if I had a gambling problem, I'd be pawning my rings. My wife will be, my house will be for sale. Unless it's putting us in risk of being homeless. No,
that is when your check,
you
don't get paid for another 2 weeks and y'all ain't got no money hardly to pay the bills, light bill due, gas bill due, no food, all that stuff. Of course,
and that's why God made payment arrangements. Come on, man. No, you can't do that, man. Don't do that. The man is supposed to lead, right?
And that's why God made Sweet Daddy Williams to go get some money from
the man is supposed to lead. So you're supposed to trust me. Why would I put us in jeopardy of being put out the house? But I guarantee you, when I hit that parlay or I hit that big stack, her hand, I want to go shopping. Nah, well, you gotta trust me when you can't go shopping. You can't get it both ways. You can't get it both ways.
I'm with you 100%. I'm just telling you what I saw growing up.
Man, I see.
Come home drunk. The guy come home staggering. Wouldn't let him in the house.
I used to work with it. We got paid every Thursday. I'm not gonna put the employees. This is before I got to Chrysler. Well, Stellantis, FCA, whatever you want to call it. We used to get paid every Thursday. It'd be a slew of cars lined up when we go out for lunch. So at the time, my supervisor name was Lisa. She was cool. She would give us our checks, so you had your checks at lunchtime. You know, you go wherever you're going to go to cash, whatever. I remember this one guy. This was heartening. This was saddening to the soul. Check was $13.80. He cashed it. She gave him, out of the $13.80, she gave him $5 and took the $8. Nah, man. No. You're not about to do me like I'm George Jetson. No.
Now I'll be honest with you. I know a guy. He was a barber. He had a gambling problem. Right. His wife would show up at the barbershop and say, all right, all y'all who gonna get his haircut by him, give me y'all money. Why? Okay. Why? Because he would go take that money from cutting hair and gamble it away. They wouldn't have money for the house. So she would show up and say, play a game and give me that. Yeah. She would give him his lunch. This is what you gonna eat. You're not about to go to the store and buy no soda and sandwiches. I got your lunch.
Man. Don't get married, dog. Don't be by yourself. Don't get married. Because at the end of the day, you are the man. She's supposed to follow you. Yes, you have a problem. It's like Jordan said, I don't have a gambling problem. I have it. What do you say? I have a competitive problem.
A competition problem.
Right. But at the same token, if it's not a eviction notice on the door, it's not the DTE with the red on it saying the shut off notice or the water saying the shut. Let me do what I do. Because I guarantee you, we going to have more ups than downs. Think about it. He said it in Casino. Robert De Niro, this is my favorite part in Casino. The casino is going to let you get so much, but in the end, they're going to take it all back. Mm-hmm. But the key part is, in order for them to take it back, you got to do what? Go back to the casino. I had a friend, personal friend. I used to work with this guy. Rest in peace. This guy hit at the casino, Motor City, when it first opened, $900,000. The dude that we both know told him, borrow yourself out the casino. He didn't. He went back and gave it all back to him in 2 days. $900,000 cash. True story. True story. I said, I had to ask the dude myself. I said, man, what happened, dog? He said, man, Phil, when you get money like that, at a whole lump sum, you're not looking at it like that. He said, I ain't never seen so many hundreds in my life like that. It's just oodles and oodles up. Just imagine, dog, money stacked up here and ain't nothing but hundreds. And he said he would look, and one day that power was gone. He went back, that power. I was like, what was you playing? He said, I was playing roulette. 900,000. Motor City Casino would never see me again. This is where they would see me right here on this.
You know what I'm doing? As soon as he show up, they got the earpieces there. He is. Put him at this table. Make sure you got the heavy-weighted ball.
Exactly.
Heavy-weighted ball. Put him up there. Make sure if he did this red, it's gonna be black. Go. Welcome in, sir. What you need a drink? Do you want a drink?
900,000. That's a lot of money, man.
Yes, it is.
Right? That's what I'm saying. I get it. I don't even make that. You know what I'm saying? But I get it. But I know my lifestyle. I like gyms. I'm 50. I thank the Lord I'm still here. I like gym shoes. I still like to drive sports cars. I still like to do this and that and that and this. So I know me. If I had NBA money, oh my God, I wouldn't even be doing this podcast with you right now. The mall open at 11. Where you think I'd be at right now? 8.5. Hey, go get some more people. Just give me everything on that wall in the 8.5. And I'm gonna have every color, and I'm gonna have every jersey to match every color. That if Kenny know me, you know me, Marcus know me. That stuff I don't even wear no more. Guess who got it? Marcus.
You trying to be like Will Smith? Will Smith said he did that. He shut down the store. He got himself in trouble.
What's the name did that? Jay-Z. That's what Will Smith got it from Jay-Z. Jay-Z went into Foot Locker and said, give me everything. Go get some extra people and go get the guys with the dollies. I need everything in 11.5. And they brought, no, 10.5. They brought everything out in boxes. It's called, on the video is named The Streets Is Watching. That's what he did.
One last thing before we move.
I thank Vanessa and Felix for enabling me like that. Because growing up, they wasn't buying that, man. My gym shoe price was $40. You know how many times we used to walk out of Foot Locker and kids Foot Locker? Man, I'm not buying.
My dad was like, if you got half, I got the other half. As long as you working for it, I got your back. That was my dad.
So your dad was, if you had half, he had the other half?
Yep.
Oh, man,
because he said, I'm not paying $120 for them shoes. I'm not doing that.
I should have been a Williams. See, they weren't doing that. He was more, he would do 60. She would do 40. But her thing was, let's go over here to the sale. I'm like, man, I don't know. I'm good, man. I'm
going to the sale.
And then when she was like, I never forget it. We was at Foot Locker, kids Foot Locker at Northland. She was like, you want $85 gym shoes? You need a jobby job. So when I turned 16, most kids in the neighborhood was getting getting their driver's license. I was at Farmer Jack, huh? Like, I remember her name and everything. Her name was Barb. She was like, can you work out to school? I said, I can work out to school every day. And then I worked there for like a month. And I was like, nah, this ain't happening. Because by the time I get some gym shoes, I can't get no haircut. Nah. I left there and I went to Ponderosa. I was getting paid every 2 weeks. But the checks was better. We would go to Ponderosa, get paid. No, we would go to Ponderosa, get our checks, eat, go to Fairlane. They knew me by name at Fairlane because I went from Foot Locker to Eddie Bauer. Every time I bought a shirt, every time I bought a pair of shoes, I bought a shirt. That was the hookup. Got me a haircut. My haircut was 10. Get my man 15. I was like, okay.
I was up on at the Barber College on Grand River and Joy Road getting my haircut. I was in line at the Barber College.
Man, the Barber College is false. The Barber College used to have my hairline like this. I'm looking like James Evans.
You're right. That was me. And my dad was like, son, I'll give you a few more dollars to go to the regular barber because you can't be coming home like that anymore.
Don't get me wrong. The Barber College had some guys in there that could cut.
Yep.
But I remember one time I went in there, your boy Marcus, that's who introduced me to the Barber College. I go in there and tell my man, I want a ball fade. I like my fade. Well, I've been wearing a ball fade forever. Anybody that know me will tell you. I was like, ball fade, just go over the top, leave me, brush way left, whatever. Dog, when I got out there, because I always close my eyes when I get my haircut. When I open my eyes, dude had me looking like this. I say, man, what is that? He say, man, you good, dog? I say, man, here. I gave my man $6. It was only $3 then. I gave my man, I was like, dog, I would never come back here ever again. Dude, the barber called it, if you want a Timmy, that's what we call him, a Timmy. Get out of here, dog.
Yeah. One last story about the plant. My dad would always talk about how he was a check cashing man. How everybody get a check to the check cashing man. And he would write down, he would charge you a little bit. He said every now and then the check cashing man would run off with them checks. And he said everybody just literally be sick at their workstation, just bent over holding their stomach because they know they couldn't get in the house.
Yeah. That's why they say
that's a gamble all in itself.
That's why they say the planet is a whole different world. It's a whole, man, it's so many, it's only an hour show. I would take up the whole hour telling you everything I see. And I
know about the planned relationships. You got planned husbands and wives.
I just sent you the thing. I just made 25. God, all glory be to God. I just made 25. I done seen so much with these baby brown eyes. Man, it's a whole nother world in there, man.
Yeah, on them plant relationships. Man, you married to your plant husband, plant wife.
Until the Christmas party and the picnic. That's when you see dun 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 dun. Yeah. Hey, how you doing? I'm doing all right. What's your name? My name Charlie. Oh, okay. You look like my cousin. Yeah, that ain't your cousin, all right. No, hey, can you pass me the spoon to the baked beans? Yeah. I got that same necklace at home. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I just seen that happen too. Everybody over there whispering. All right, y'all.
We had one at the Christmas party one time. Okay, I'm gonna wind it up. We had one at the Christmas party one time. Dude, he brings his wife. He don't speak to no female. He speak to us. Chicks like, hey, how you doing? Hey, how you doing? His wife right here. Hey, how you doing? Get back to work. Hey, what's up? Let's get it. They like, oh, no. Ah. See, man, whole nother world, man.
What The Rock say? Know your role.
Yeah, pretty much.
Gotta know your role. All right, y'all. Don't forget to click like, click share. Don't forget the book, Gratefulness Journey Every Day by who? Mr. Marcus Holmes, that young man right there. Lead in. Let me tell you about Marcus real quick. He is a great HR specialist, HR guru. Go ahead and go to TikTok. Look that young man up. He will teach you how to do all the STAR questions correctly, how to expound on every question, how to ask the right questions when you go for an interview, how to set your wages, all that good stuff. Holla at Marcus. Let me put the QR code up for the book. Go on, there it is right there. Bam. Go and get that book. It's on Amazon. You can get it at your door in 24 hours. That's how I got this one. All right, if you didn't get your Father's Day gift, if you got a birthday gift coming up, graduation, get the book. Get the book. All right, y'all. All right, so we're moving forward. It is, where we at? WNBA, women's sports. Don't forget, this segment is T. Clock it. I think I got it right. I think it's the middle finger. Middle finger. All right, there were no games last night on Ion Friday nights, but there are a couple games today on Saturday. Los Angeles play Indiana. Golden State plays against Minnesota, and on the Sunday slate, Chicago goes to Minnesota. Vegas goes to Connecticut. And Seattle is in New York. The summer camp series is actually back. This week, there's a bunch of games throughout the league. That's summer starts as early as 10 a.m. So they can get the kids in there from the summer camps, and I just think that's a great idea. And then you are making sure you are getting your biggest fans in there at the right time and allow them to get there. Have the specials for all the different camps and the parents. When your kids are out of school, give them something to do. Capitalize on that. That's a great marketing strategy for the second year in a row. All right, let's see. In the standings in the WNBA, we got the Minnesota Lynx at 15-2, Liberty at 12-5, Phoenix Mercury at 12-6, Dream at 11-7, Seattle Storm at 11-7, the Valkyries at 9-7, the Indiana Fever at 9-8, the Aces at 8-9, the Mystics at 8-10, the Dallas Wings at 6-13, the Chicago Sky at 5-11, the Sparks at 5-13, and the Connecticut Sun at 2-15. In the biggest WNBA news, The Indiana Fever win the Commissioner's Cup over the Minnesota Lynx, 74-59, without Caitlin Clark. Did you see that, sir?
Yeah, not to mention they just blew the Aces out by 25 without Caitlin Clark. That's crazy.
I think that says a lot. Now, if you can look in the NBA, you can say that happened a lot. Also, well, in the beginning, at least in the beginning, when but Philly didn't have Joel Embiid. No Embiid, they was doing some better winning. Who else? So you've seen that happen before. When you got a person that's centered around the entire team, and then when that person leaves, the team starts doing the same thing that happened in Miami. Miami barely missed the playoffs, but they played better as a team once Emo Jimmy left. Or whatever Jimmy was calling himself that day.
Jimmy Neutron.
Jimmy Neutron.
They say her shoe sold out like that.
Who's that?
Caitlin Clark.
Yep. They sold out. Yep. They on back order.
Retail now for $300. But yeah, I got me up here. I actually got me up there.
You try them on? They hurt your feet too?
Nah, man. See, there you go, man. I keep trying to tell you, man. There you go. They nice. They. You know what? I wore mine with the Walter Payton jersey because it's kind of that color, reddish orange. But yeah, I got the Kobe Olympic jersey. I got variety. I'm like Heinz 57. I got a variety of things.
Well, if you can stir the pot, I can flip the burger on the grill. You can stir the pot, I can flip the burger on the grill. So they won't be at Ross on the side.
No, man, the Asians. I keep trying to tell you, man. I'm not gonna touch that subject, man. I'm gonna let Terry Fair call you and explain it to you. I'm not touching that. I keep trying to. But what you have to fail to realize is that's Kobe's shoe. Asia's shoe is Asia's shoe. They just put her. She's not even on the shoe. It's on the back of it. It's Kobe Bryant. Her name ain't even on the shoe. Period.
You talking about Asia?
No, Kobe Bryant. The shoe that Caitlin Clark just dropped.
Right.
That shoe. That's Kobe Bryant's shoe. That's her own shoe. They put Caitlin Clark on a Kobe Bryant, but her name's not even on the shoe. It's Kobe Bryant's name back there.
I see. Okay. So Asia technically got her own shoe, and Angel Reese got her own shoe. Caitlin Clark has her own shoe, but it's modeled after the Kobe's.
Yeah, Angel Reese is pretty mad. Say how I lead the league in rebounding, I don't make the All-Star team. She really pissed. She pissed about that.
She didn't make it last year.
But she do got a point. How do you lead the league in rebounding? She ain't on the All-Star team. She not even a reserve. Come on, man.
You'll see.
What you mean?
When I say by you'll see, I mean that she'll be there. She'll be there.
But why? Her point is why is she not there now? Which she does have a point.
See, the All-Star game is July 19 in Indianapolis. And let's see here. The starters, Aaliyah Boston, Paige Beckers, Alicia Gray, Ionescu, Ogumike, Sabali, Stewie, Asia Griffith, and the reserves, yeah, she didn't make it. But for stuff like that always has a way of working itself out. Somebody will get injured, and she'll find her way there. Greg says she should be upset her team is 5-13. I had to agree with you on that one. But at the end of the day, it's about likes. It's about likes and loves and that sort of stuff. When your followers, when you getting that kind of adulation from your followers, 5-13 is important. Yeah, she want to win, but that makes her money. Of course, she mad. If you don't make the All-Star team, that's probably tied into an incentive on her check. That's probably a couple of $250,000 that she's not gonna get.
Correct.
For not making an All-Star team. So you got to look at it from that standpoint too. Got to look at it from that standpoint. But like I said, stuff like that has a way of working itself out. You still got another 2 weeks before the WNBA All-Star game. Somebody will get hurt. Something to happen where she'll make it. That's my prediction. Something to happen. What's gonna happen, I don't know, but something's gonna happen. All right. And also other big WNBA big news. There are 3 new teams coming to the WNBA. The Cleveland Rockers, and that's why the Cleveland baseball team couldn't be the Rockers, because the former WNBA team. The Detroit Shock is coming back, and Philadelphia's added a team. They haven't decided upon a nickname yet, but they are reviving the Rockers in Cleveland. They're bringing back the Shock in Detroit, and Philadelphia is going to be getting their own team. Between now and 2029, those 3 teams will be in the league. And of course, somebody was hating. Who's the young lady who said who wants to go to Cleveland, Detroit? Who said that? I think it was Paige Beckers who said who wants to play in Detroit.
Oh, you got me. I forget her name. Yeah, I forget her name. I mean, because I was reading an article too where Chris Webber and Grant Hill.
Yeah, they're minority owners.
Yeah, they're part owners. So yeah.
Let's see, Sophie Cunningham. That's who it was.
That lady. Oh, okay.
She in an interview right after they announced it, she says, "Who wants to play in Detroit and Cleveland? Who's looking forward to playing in Detroit and Cleveland?" I'm thinking myself, shoot, that's what 12, 24, 36 more players, 36 more people in the league that get a check, 36 more opportunities for players. Because a lot of these rookies are getting drafted into the league now, and barely 5 or 6 of them are making a team.
Correct.
So a lot of good players are in the league. Felix, what's going on with your flag, man? It's taking a nap on you.
It's tired, man. That's how it be. It's tired. It was a long night last night. Long night. Dick Gregory.
You had a big party in there last night. And
Dick Gregory. That's all I can say. Dick Gregory. When I woke up, stuff was everywhere.
We gonna pray for you. Pull a flag. We gonna pay for you. we gonna get you put up there, right? We gonna get you put up.
Yeah, we gonna. Even that's how banners came down at Michigan. All right, I quit, man. I quit.
Lord,
I quit.
That's I'm not gonna touch down. Normally, I would love to touch that one, but I'm gonna leave that one alone. I'm gonna leave that one alone.
I came down there. Oh, you did this? Okay. You said Chris Webber went to how many classes?
I'll leave that alone. All right, moving forward. You see whose face is coming up my face.
I told you. Man.
That's all right. I got a face right here and I got a face right there. That's all right.
I told you. Man.
Got the real deal right here.
Night.
He's so
Steve
pretty.
Fisher,
so pretty.
long night.
All right, we're going to move into the NBA offseason. We got more wheelies and dealings. The Summer League is coming up. Let's see here. DeAndre Ayton signed with the Lakers after being waived by Seattle. Portland. Excuse me, by Portland. He's going to the Lakers. Mike Brown is going to the New York Knickerbockers. He's the new coach. And you said that they was going to hire what's the guy name?
Mark Jackson.
Mark Jackson. I said if they hire him, Jesus was coming back. So
they need, man. Look, man.
I'm not saying that they don't need him, but they're not gonna hire him.
They should have.
Hiring him is to me would be the equivalent of hiring Quinn Buckner in the Dallas Mavericks back in the '90s. Same thing gonna happen. A no nonsense, tough, religious guy gonna go on that team, and the team gonna go like this. Ain't nobody listening to you, man. Quinn Buckner was there. Quinn Buckner got fired faster than dang gone Jerry Tarkanian.
Quinn Buckner. I'm trying to think, who is Quinn Buckner?
Quinn Buckner.
That's the dude that the black guy with the gap between his teeth.
Yes, they
always was hanging with Michael Jordan, lying on the coattail of Michael Jordan.
He went to Indiana. He wanted to go to.
Watch The Last Dance. And every segment towards the end, with the one when Mike do this when they won the 6 against Utah, he in the hotel room with Ahmad and it's quick.
I ain't gonna lie. I never watched The Last Dance because I'm not a Michael Jordan fan like that. I'm a Pistons fan.
Oh, and I guess you didn't like the part when they got swept.
Well, of course I was upset, but I was more upset that he called my team an unworthy champion and talked about my city.
He didn't talk about your city. He said your team was not NBA president. Your team did. He didn't say nothing about the city.
Talking
He
about
said
the
team
talking about
was
the team,
bad
talking
for
about the
basketball.
city.
That's what he said. I just watched it the other night. That's what he said.
It was on the other night until I realized what I was watching when I changed the channel.
Detroit. He said your team was bad for basketball. And at the time, yes, they were. Because, okay, look at it this way. If the fines were now what they were then, most of them would have been suspended.
I'm not saying it wasn't. I agree with you 100%. But that was a different time, a different place. And if the Bulls didn't have to, if they didn't go through the Pistons, they wouldn't be the champions that they were. They had to learn from the Pistons.
And if you didn't go through the Celtics, you wouldn't be the champions you are.
Exactly. And we give the Celtics credit for that. Isaiah throwing the ball away with 5 seconds left on the clock. We get all that. You're talking about the one when Celtics didn't call the Pistons unworthy champions. They told them, they said the truth. They earned the right to go be champions by beating us. Give credit where credit is due.
He didn't have no problem with getting, but at the same token, you didn't show sportsmanship neither. You walked off the court with 10-something seconds left. John Sally, Joe Dumars was the only two that stayed behind and shook their
hand. It was more than that.
No, it was just them two.
No, it's more than that.
Just them two. Who was the other two? Who else was it?
I forget the tall white guy.
Chuck Nevitt?
Not Chuck. Chuck was going
Scott Hastings?
Scott Hastings. He was
okay.
Yeah.
Three.
It was more than it was basically them three, but maybe one or two more. But back in that era, that's not what they did. They shook hands in the locker room. You can go back and look at the Celtics and Lakers. You will see the Lakers on the video in the locker room shaking hands with the Celtics.
Okay. And Kevin McHale shook Isaiah's hand.
I'm not saying that was basically what the practice was.
So the year prior, when they took y'all to 7 games, Isaiah shook his hand then. What was the problem the following year? Because you got swept? Make it make sense.
Hey, I'm just backing up the Pistons. I'm a Pistons man.
So if you're backing up the Pistons, why was it good to shake his hand the year before when he took you to 7, but the next year later, he swept you? Why you ain't shake his hand then?
Hey, you got to ask Isaiah about that.
No, I'm asking you. You said you're defending your team. Defend your team.
My defense is they ain't feel like it, and they ain't feel like it. Fine,
and that's why you didn't make the dream team. Fine.
Is it poor sportsmanship? Yes, it is. Should he probably have shook his hand? Yes, but as a coach, I make sure all my players shake hands. I shook hands after every game, even to some of the worst sportsmanship people ever. Still go shake their hand. They should they have? Yes.
Yes. Because my thing is, if you shook his hand when you lost to him in 7. But then the following year, you got mad because he swept you. It was over, man. You went, like you said, they went to the finals 88, 89, 90, 90. That's 5 years of playing well into June, right? Mm-hmm. But here comes Mike. He sweep you, so now you go duck behind everybody. Nah, man, don't do that. Because what? Bill told you to do it. Bill Lambert is a clown. You followed a clown. That's what you did.
Bill Lambert is a Detroit Pistons legend.
In who eyes?
In mine.
That's why you'll never make captain. That's exactly why you never
won't make captain because I'm too old to be playing.
I'm trying to help you. No, it was sportsmanship. I was happy to see.
I'm not saying it wasn't. But it was also an era where that was the practice as well. A lot of those oldest guys will tell you that they didn't shake hands on the court. They did it in the locker room.
He say Jordan a hater. How is he a hater? He's arguing.
He's in the
greatest. What do you mean he's a hater?
He held a press conference and talked about he in the city talking about the city.
He didn't say the city. He said the team. I watched it the other night. He never said nothing about the city of Detroit. He said the Pistons basketball team was bad for basketball. That's what he said. His words, not mine. I'm just repeating what the man said. He never said the city of Detroit, they bums, or all they do is make babies and don't take care. He didn't say none of that. He said the city of Detroit basketball team, the Detroit Pistons, is bad for basketball. That's what he said. He accused Rick Mahorn of trying to hurt him and take out his career. Did they do stuff to him maliciously? Absolutely.
Yep.
Did that raise his bar of competition that much higher? Absolutely. Will him and Isaiah Thomas ever be cool? I doubt it.
Hell no. Hell no.
I doubt it. But we don't know because the Lord works in mysterious ways. We never thought Magic and Isaiah would be cool again. But
I always knew at some point that they was going to be cool again. But Jordan and Isaiah, even at the funeral, it ain't gonna happen. If they show up at the funeral, it'll be to spit in the casket, not to say goodbye and give well wishes. Am I in my feelings, Greg? Maybe.
Yeah, he in his feelings. That's a good one. I can't even believe I'm agreeing with a Michigan person. But yeah, he in his feelings.
That's all right. That's all right. I'll take that.
Man, I mean, at the end of the day, y'all made him just like he made y'all. And at the end, it came back to bite y'all.
It's a symbiotic relationship.
He destroyed y'all whole organization. If you really go back and look at it, after y'all got swept, y'all went down.
Well, it was because it was time. Every team has ups and downs. Right.
Joe Dumars stayed around.
That's the case. When he left Chicago, they did the same thing. They had maybe 1 year, 2 years after he left, when Kukoc and the man from Arkansas was still there. But once he left, the Chicago Bulls did the same thing.
You say what? Jordan was mad about what? Yeah, okay. Why would Mike be mad when Mike used to tell y'all in the game, you can't guard me. Y'all put Dennis on him. He told Dennis, you can't guard me. Stop. Your best defender against Michael Jordan was Joe Dumars. Joe was the only one who used to hold him sometime under 20. Other than that, he went off on everybody.
He did.
Think about it.
He did. Not only the Pistons, he did that to the whole league.
Think about it.
Nobody could check him in the league.
Think about it. He made your star player go down there and sit at the water for 4 hours. How to execute to defend this guy. Your man sat outside for 4 hours staring at the boats coming back. Man, stop, man. 4 hours?
Hey, I'm not saying it didn't happen, but it's either, one of my favorite sayings is, adapt and die, adapt and survive, adapt and die. Adapt or die.
Man, you know my favorite saying? If my aunt had balls, she'd be my uncle. That's my favorite saying. He made the star person of your team sit by the water for 4 hours to realize how we gonna stop this guy. And y'all still couldn't stop him. Because the very next year he came back.
To survive, stagnate.
The very next year he came back and swept y'all. You never swept Mike. He swept y'all, but you never swept Mike.
Maybe it's all right though. It was their time. It was their time. Really quickly, is it no more Dame time in the league? You think anybody gonna pick him up after he healed from his injury?
It'll be a Laker.
You gonna go to the Lakers?
Right. Because LeBron did not. See, this is the thing too. The reason why nobody's touching LeBron is the same thing. The reason why Shedeur Sanders encountered what he encountered. Don't nobody want Bronny, and that's gonna be part of the package deal. In order for you to take LeBron, you're gonna have to take Bronny. Don't nobody want to touch Bronny. Think about it. He picked up the option, so he's free to go anywhere he want to go. It's 30 teams in the NBA, and ain't nobody picked up the phone and called Rob because don't nobody want Bronny. And then this is where the NBA owners aren't smart. I'd be like, yeah, come on, you can come and wave him. That's all you gotta do. We brought him. I got a chance to look at him through these workouts. I'm good. So now LeBron's stuck.
Well, the rumor is that he's gonna go back to Cleveland or the Knicks.
I was reading where Dallas want him, but they don't want no trade. They'll just buy it out. Basically, what DeAndre Ayton did.
Right.
They'll just buy him out. But what I'm saying is the reason why you're not getting no movement, don't nobody want Bronny. That's the part they leaving out. They not telling y'all. It's a package deal. Where if I'm going, you gotta take my son. Don't nobody want your son, man. Dude is trash.
I have to agree with you on that. I have to agree with you. You got. He gonna say you gotta have. If you want me, you gotta have both of us.
Right, and dude is trash.
I'm not saying he's trash. He's just not NBA ready. Give him a couple years in
never gonna be NBA ready because he's trash.
And send him overseas.
No, I'm not even with the send him overseas no more. Come on, he trash.
I wouldn't call him trash. I would call him not NBA ready.
Then you're trash. If you're not NBA ready, you're trash.
I'm trash. You put me out there.
Trash.
I'm trash.
But I know.
He'll beat me like he stole something.
He's not. Okay, think about it. If he was NBA, I'm using what you said. He's not NBA ready. He's not G League ready neither. Then, so you're trash.
No, when he played in the G League, he put up numbers. He played well in the G League. When in that part of that two-way contract was certain games he had to go down there playing. When he went down there and played, he showed well.
He trash, man. And until you come to the realization that you're trash, it's never going. Because okay, let's be honest. Take that last name and put your last name where that last name is. Who would he be? Nobody, right?
He'd still be at USC.
But no, he would be nobody. What I'm saying, I thought about this last night. What he should have did? Okay, USC didn't work out. Sometimes colleges just don't work out.
Right.
Your next move should have been another university. Your top 4 should have been Duke, Michigan State last. Because when I say, I get to why I say time last. Duke, UConn, Houston, State last. Michigan State, Tom would have got him humble. Tom would have said, okay, I get it. Your daddy is LeBron. Right. Yeah, I get it. Your daddy is LeBron. Tom would have treated him the same way he did Chase Richardson. So it would have made him, okay, I need to work on this a little bit more than this.
But he would have never went to State. He would have went to Ohio State.
If he would have went to Houston, Sampson would have gave him the green light and let him bomb out.
That's what I'm saying. But he would have went by the third game, he'd be on the end of the bench because he'd be missing so much.
Exactly. With UConn, Hurley would have let him bombed out. But Dan Hurley would have been like, okay, you good here, but you lacking here. We need to put you here.
He would have got cussed out.
As far as Duke, my man, all he would have had to do with Duke was ride Cooper Flag coattail. Mm-hmm. He would have got picked. Yep. By the time they would have realized he was a bum, he would already got his bag.
Yep. Going to Duke would have probably been the best spot for him. He could average 15 in garbage time.
There's so many cats in the NBA right now that are trash because they better than their boys, and their boys is hyping them up. You going to the league, you going to the league. By the time these teams realize this dude is trash, he done already got the bag.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep. I agree with you. I agree. All right, now we got to move forward. Let's see here. MLB, Detroit Tigers are still in first place in the American League. They are right now. They are 55-34, 4-2 since the last show. Won a one-game winning streak, 6-4 over the last 10 games. Last night they beat the Cleveland Guardians 2-1. They play again this afternoon. The Los Angeles Dodgers are in first place in the National League and overall. They are right now. You got the Dodgers, Tigers, Cubs, Astros, Phillies, and the Mets. The Cubs and Astros are playing great ball right now. Probably playing the best out of everybody. And let's see here. The All-Star vote. The Tigers have 3 starters right now. Riley Green, Javi Baez, outfielder. Javi Baez, probably going to be the comeback player of the year. Gleyber Torres, second base. And more than likely, the starter, Tariq Skubal. Skubal is probably going to be the starter. So the Tigers are looking at having four people in the All-Star game. And they are right now for the home run derby, Ronald Acuna Jr., Cal Raleigh, and James Wood. The All-Star game is on July 15th. So 10 days from now is always on a Wednesday. And right after that, the Tigers will be here in Texas. And I'm going to get to one of those games at least.
The All-Star game is a Tuesday, sir.
Tuesday. It's a Tuesday. You're right.
I have a question since you're a Tiger fan.
What you got?
If you don't reach the World Series, is the season a loss?
Competitively, yes.
Okay. If you reach the World Series and don't win it, is the season a loss?
No.
What?
No.
So you so you reach the World Series and you lose to the Dodgers. It's not a loss.
Of course it's a loss.
So you don't reach the World Series and you lose in the ALDS. Is that a loss?
I'm gonna say yes. I'm gonna say yes to all of that. Because as a competitor, if you get there, why not win it? Don't just happy to be there. Go there and win it.
So right now, gun to your head, 7-game series, you taking the Tigers over the Dodgers?
Every time.
That's why you never make captain.
Every time. Now, let's look at the numbers. That's me being a fan. Let's look at the reality. They went out there and dropped 3 games to start the season, 3 or 4 games to the Dodgers. They was only close in one of them. Right now, the Dodgers got a better record. Pistons for a good little while was in first place over them. Right now, I would consider, baseball-wise, the Dodgers a better team than the Tigers. Why? Because they beat them head-to-head. That's the reality of it.
Okay.
Me being a fan, my Tigers are going to beat them. They've improved enough since the beginning of the season to go ahead and beat them. Should they beat them? Yes. Will they beat them?
No.
Who knows?
See, it's funny how you say, should they beat them? Yes. Will they beat them? Who knows? What happened to Noah? Yes. No, they can't beat the Dodgers. Let me answer for you. No.
They can beat them, but will they is a different question.
Head to head, they can beat them in the World Series.
We gonna see Shed the Blind Man to the Dead Dog. If both teams even get there.
Shed the Blind Man, no. Can they beat the Dodgers right now in a head-to-head World Series?
I would say yes.
See, that's why it must be really hot down there.
I would say yes.
No, they can't.
They can beat them. Will they is the real question.
They won't beat them, and no, they can't beat them.
The question isn't can they? Because they can. Anybody can beat anybody. Will they?
Let's just say, let's say right now, World Series, Tigers and Dodgers. Game 1, you're going to come with Tarek Scoop. You know who they're going to put on the mound? Shohei Ohtani. 9 times out of 10, that's who's going to pitch game 1. Game 2, you're going to put Flaherty. Somebody like that. You know who they're going to come with? Now, don't get me wrong. He been in a funk for a minute. They're going to put Kershaw out there.
Yep.
Okay. Game 3, that mean Tarek Scoop going to probably pitch what? Game 1 and game 4?
Yep.
And they'll probably counter with Shohei Ohtani, game 1 and game 4. Game 5, let's say they come to Detroit. Let's say you're up 3-2, right? This is game 6. We're going to game 6. Y'all up 3-2. Game 6 in Detroit. Who do you think they're going to put on the mound?
Scooble.
And who do you think they're going to counter with?
I don't think they're gonna pitch Ohtani like that because it's already not strong like it used to be. He just started pitching again.
Okay, but it's all for the marbles. That's what you just said, right?
Right.
So wouldn't you put your best out there all for the marbles?
Me as a manager, I'd much rather have Shelby at the bat than on the mound because if you go out there and throw that arm out, he ain't gonna be able to bat. So I wouldn't pitch him a third time in that close proximity.
What I'm saying is, you got Roberts and you got AJ Hinch. Both are proven world champion managers, right? Mm-hmm. Even though your manager cheated, and he didn't, right? They gonna be, I'm trying to help you, son. Just come over here. I'm trying to help you. But okay, we'll see. That's right. Like, I cannot wait till September. Late October get here.
Once again, I'm going to say, if both teams even make it to the World Series.
The Dodgers are going. The if is if you show up. The Dodgers are going.
That's fair. That's fair. That's very fair.
They just won it.
Very fair. That's very fair. We just had Bobby Bonilla Day, where on July 1st every year, he makes his almost $2 million in deferred money. He's not the only one having to get the deferred money. Ken Griffey Jr., Manny Ramirez, Chris Davis, Max Scherzer also get deferred money every July 1st because they took sweetheart deals to help out their team. And like we just mentioned, Clayton Kershaw, he just got 3,000 strikeouts in his 18-year career. He's also a world champion. All right, we got to move forward. We're gonna jump. I'm gonna throw my miscellaneous right in with stupid sports news, but we're gonna take a quick pause for the cause as we get ready for stupid sports news. All righty, and miscellaneous, really quickly, it's SB season. SB season will be here July 16th on Wednesday, July 16th. That means that the sports times are normally when it starts slowing down and there's not a lot of stuff to report on. It'll be hosted by Shane Gillis. He is an SNL, one of the players on SNL. He's a pretty funny guy. On the 4th, which was yesterday, Joey Chestnut won the Nathan's Hot Dog Eating Contest again. He ate 70 and a half hot dogs. He didn't compete last year because of a contract issue, but he's back, and he said he's glad to be back. And he wanted to make sure he ate between 70 and 80 hot dogs. Put on a good show for everybody at the dock that come out and see it every year. All righty. In Stupid Sports News, there's been a lot of Achilles heel injuries. A lot of Achilles heel injuries. What do you think is the reason behind those Achilles heel injuries?
Stop wearing low tops. Only last person I know who tore their Achilles in high tops was Dominique and Isaiah.
Was Isaiah what times wearing high tops? I thought he's wearing those 3/4.
He was wearing the high top Asics. They were playing the Magic. And he went to make the move on Penny. He grabbed his ankle and Penny took off down the court. And then the other time was Atlanta when Dominique was I think he was with Boston then. Yeah. He was wearing the Reeboks. Tore his Achilles. That was the last two persons I knew that high top wide. Everybody else is low top wide. But if you go back and look, all the people this past season that tore their Achilles all wore the number 0. Tatum, Lillard, and Tyrese Hardenberg. All wore the low tops.
Okay, it's a couple of different factors in there. It's a couple of different factors. You said shoes. Is it the right type of shoe? Are they getting that fit? Are they going in and getting the custom shoes made? And high tops, are they getting the ankles taped? Are they playing too many games?
That does draw a lot of the parity because a lot of them not getting their ankles taped no more.
That's it's all that factors into it.
Correct.
Are you properly stretching? Are you playing like Greg said? Like they say like they playing too many games. Are they playing? Are they playing too many games in the league? Are they playing too many games in the lead up that had led them to get the injuries? Is it because not necessarily in the league themselves, but in the fact that they played high school, AAU, summer league, and all those different games every day? To me, it's a lot of things that's contributing to that one issue. Are they playing just one sport? How are they training? Are they when they're coming off the court? Are they doing the proper warm up and cool down?
I mean, each individual, each athlete is different, right? What Tatum do may be different from Dame Lillard, because Dame Lillard is a shooter. He's not a driver, but Tatum is a driver. He really not a shooter. Hollenberger's some of both. So it all depends how your body react, right? Look at KD. Okay, we never thought KD would have tore his, but it's all in. I think it's all in that athlete's conditioning. Because who can tell you better about your body than you?
Well, I can tell you this much. The NBA know the answer. You know how I know? Because it's their job to know why these injuries are happening. They don't do all that sports science for nothing. Nike, Reebok. My degree is in physical education and exercise science. Every university that has a sports program studies this stuff. They won't publish it, but they study it. Just like diets. No doctor will ever come out and say, you should do this, and this. And you hear all these people talking about cut carbs and do this. You don't want to cut carbs. There's a little thing called the Krebs cycle. Fat burns in a carbohydrate flame. So if you ever tell somebody to cut carbs, short term that's going to work, but long term that's a detriment. So that's why you never see doctors you never see a real doctor come out and say, do this here and you will lose weight. No, it's a combination of diet and exercise. I say all that to say they need to put the science behind. They need to come out with the real science. Because I guarantee you the NBA, the NFL, all the different leagues know why those injuries happen. It's their job to know. Why? Because if it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. It's time to share that information and help these kids out so that they know long term what they should or should not be doing. That's the way I see it. Because I know a little bit of something about it, just a little bit, not a whole lot. We studied how body works when doing the shot put, and all the stresses you put on your body, the flexors, and how one thing corresponds to the next. The stress on the knee, the stress on the elbow, the stress on the shoulder. So if I remember all that from many years ago, I know they know about this firsthand because they do it every day. So to me, it's just as much a responsibility to the leagues to train better and to share that information as it is for the players themselves to have the right people and have the right diet and exercise in their life. Greg will say Ozempic. Who out there on Ozempic? Oliver Miller?
He deceased, man.
He died?
I'm
sorry, Ali. That's wrong.
Oliver Miller, I think he passed, man.
I'm sorry. That's insensitive. I'm sorry. I didn't mean
Look at this guy, man.
I didn't know he died. If he was still alive, okay, Charles Barkley. Charles Barkley on one of them. I think he is on He down 65 pounds, for real.
Oh, shit, big.
For real. I don't want to make a crack on somebody that's no longer with us.
Yeah, I believe.
Charles Barkley, he was doing Weight Watchers until he talked about them, said it was a scam, and they made him wear a dress in a commercial. No, for real, you don't remember that? When he was on TNT and they called him on the hot mic saying that the Weight Watchers is a scam, and then a week later he was on the Weight Watchers commercial in a dress.
Yeah, see, he passed 5 years ago. See?
Yeah. Well, all right, everybody. One quick question. One quick question for you. What's the better sports movie? You ready? Slapshot or Mighty Ducks?
Mighty Ducks. Because Emilio Estevez, he was funny in that. He was funny in that. Charlie Sheen, brother.
Mm-hmm.
He was funny in that. I actually like that.
But you know that Charlie Sheen is really Charlie Estevez? That's his real last name?
Oh, so it ain't Sheen?
Nope. And the father, their real last name is Estevez.
Oh, okay.
Yep. And they chose Sheen, so that's for more of a Hollywood name. A lot of actors do that. Yeah. But we got one more a good question for y'all next week in terms of the movies, and I'm gonna go with Slapshots, and here's why. Ain't nothing like a good hockey fight. So as long as I can say that, and the boys with the glasses, I'm gonna go with Slapshot every time. All right, everybody. Greg said he ain't seen neither one of them. It's a good day. To go sit down and watch both of them. But both of them are good movies. All right, everybody. We will be back next week. And we'll be back the 12th. Don't forget about Love and Stuff on Tuesday night at 8:30, 7:30 Central. And because you want to make sure you want to watch that show. We got a few more for you. Dr. V, Dr. Valencia, good Reverend Dr. Valencia Edner, my pastor, on Tuesday afternoons. Her show, V Encouraged, comes on YouTube. We still ain't got Brother Williams back, but I got another show for everybody. Reality Strikes with Eric Brown. You can catch that one on YouTube. Good brother Murray Wright, graduate, does a lot of great work in the community. Check out his show. We gonna get out of here, Felix. All righty, Felix. Any good word for the good people before we get out of here?
Don't eat dry vegetables. I don't know, man. Got me off guard.
How about drink water, you live longer? How about that?
Don't drive backwards.
Say it again.
Never eat spinach with a stranger.
Lord.
And never play cards with a guy named Doc. Hey man, I can do this all day, man.
All right, everybody. Thank y'all for coming out. Be safe, everybody. We see everybody next week.